Mark Denham on Atom Radio.
Hello, it's the Atom Radio podcast. We're on to episode 35 now of the best bits of Drive Time. Hard to believe there's been 35 best bits, but there actually has. It's week 10 of 2019. Releasing this the day after International Women's Day. I hope all the ladies had a lovely day yesterday. On the way for the next few minutes, the best bits of this week's Drive Time, including some random museums. What flat pack item can you now buy? What's the right way round? I'll tell you more about that later on, and you'll hear about it in the podcast, but the right way round. The strangest police chase ever, and a little bit of phone fun that I had. All that and more on the way in the podcast this week. Settle back, get yourself a cup of tea, or a pint, or whatever you want, and enjoy.
Atom Radio, ooh yeah, playing the music you want to hear.
Mark Denham.
AtomRadio.co.uk.
Atom Radio with Def Leppard. Animal. Welcome to Drive Time. It is Monday the 4th of March 2019. How you doing? How was your weekend? How's your Monday been? You had a busy day? You got loads of homework and all that? Or have you been all right? You know, the interesting thing is, right, you know, I know when you go to school, you do like kind of 9 till 3, don't you? Most schools do 9 till 3. But then you get sent home with homework. When you go to work in the real world, you don't really get homework, do you? You don't do like 9 to 5. Then as you're leaving, your boss says, okay, right, by tomorrow, I'd like you to do all this, please, and hand it in on your way in. So, yeah, school is like preparing you for adult life in this slightly skewed way, isn't it, when you look at that? An 80s classic from Soft Cell is on the way after Rita Ora. Only Want You on the big drive home for Monday.
I don't want another night of trying to find...
Drive time with Mark Denham.
There is a place in High Wycombe. If you drive down into High Wycombe, you'll notice signs for the Chair Making Museum. Now, I know a friend of mine, hello Blair, has been there, but I'm thinking a chair making museum. It's not quite the Natural History Museum, or is it? You know, the Museum of Science and Technology. No. But anyway, why am I mentioning that, you may say? Because I found something slightly even more curious than that. A lady runs a breadboard museum, and it attracts, this is the really curious part, hundreds of visitors per year. Oh, come on. Really? 100 people or hundreds of visitors a year go and visit a breadboard museum. I'm just shocked at that, really. You know, like, do they do tours? What do they say as they're doing the chores? Chop, chop. Do you get what I did there? But no, seriously, this breadboard museum, do you know what? I'm not even going to bother telling you where it is because I don't think many people are going to go there, are they?
Drive Time with Mark Denham.
We mentioned last week, didn't we, the stages of getting with someone, you know, like talking. What was it? Talking? Oh, I can't remember now. Linking was one of my favourites. That used to be one, didn't it? You know, yeah. Are you linking her? People would say that, wouldn't they? But anyway, no. What I was going to ask is, do people still walk other people home in 2019? You know, is it still the done thing? Me, even if it's a friend, if I take a female friend home, say, I don't know, maybe from work, or perhaps, you know, we've been out and we've eaten something or whatever, if I was to then drive them home, I will not drive off until I've seen them actually get in their front door. And that's just me. Most people probably would say in 2019 that is old-fashioned, but call it old-fashioned if you like, it's what I'm going to do anyway.
Yeah!
Mark Denham.
AtomRadio.co.uk.
So I asked you about 10 minutes ago what it is you think IKEA has now launched in flat pack form. You know, you can go there, you can buy like flat pack bookcases, flat pack this, flat pack that, desks, tables, chairs. You can get everything in IKEA in flat pack, which you then bring home and you get the instructions out and you get your screwdriver out and your spanner and everything. You're thinking, oh my gosh, this is never ever going to go together. Well, IKEA have now launched a flat pack Easter Bunny. Yeah, it's true. The Swedish furniture giant is launching this flat pack Easter Bunny. It comes in pieces and requires assembly before you eat it. Technically, though, it doesn't require assembly before you eat it because you could just eat the separate pieces. But that would be cheating. Now, I'm going to attempt this. The Varkansla bunny is a 3-piece milk chocolate rabbit made up using certified cacao from sustainable sources. When built correctly, it will stand up like an ordinary bunny, just on its hind legs. The good news here is, though, you don't need any screws, you don't need any tools, and you probably won't need any instructions either. So there you go. If you're a fan of flat pack, you can now do Easter flat pack style. I must admit, I'd probably be one of those people that it'd either take me so long to do it, the chocolate would melt in my hand, or I would just think, nah, stuff it. It's going to taste the same whether it was together or not.
Drive Time with Mark Denham.
S-Express, the theme from S-Express. I'm not quite sure what the laughter is there. And then the train goes past in the background. I'm sure that's an HST. I really am. Sounding really geeky there, aren't I? 6 o'clock news on the way after Mark Ronson and Miley Cyrus. I will tell you the craziest thing I've ever seen on a motorway. I've just seen a video clip of it now.
This world can hurt you.
Mark Denham.
AtomRadio.co.uk.
It is 14 after 4. Something I put up on my Twitter earlier today. I'm going to retweet it from the @UK Atom Radio Twitter as well, and you can have a vote in this if you want. You know when you have salt and pepper and knife and fork, and things like that. One that, upside down, you never have downside up, do you? But one that you do sometimes get the other way is inside out and outside in. So which one? Inside out or outside in? That's what I'm asking on my Twitter. I will retweet that for you, and then you can have a vote on that.
Drive time with Mark Denham.
You know, I was saying about inside out, upside down, knife and fork, and all that sort of thing. Another one I was just thinking about that you always say one way, mum and dad. Have you noticed that? Always mum and dad. And the other one, brother and sister. You'd always say, are they brother and sister, rather than sister and brother? It's just weird, isn't it, how some go like that? Left and right, never right and left. Weird, isn't it?
Drive Time with Mark Denham.
Looking at the TV pages, all right, on here, and there's talk about EastEnders. I've just realised I don't watch EastEnders. There's talk about Emmerdale. I don't watch Emmerdale. Talk about Coronation Street. I don't watch Coronation Street either. Roxanne Pallett has broken her 8-month silence after the Big Brother thing. That's in support of Michael Jackson. And also talk about Casualty as well. And I've realised I don't seem to watch any TV anymore. And this is probably true. So I'm thinking, why am I paying for TV every month if I don't actually watch it? The only thing I ever watch is Sky Sports cricket with my son. He's 3, so we sit and we watch the cricket. And I'm just wondering, why am I paying for a TV package when all I really need is Sky Sports cricket? Then I'd be perfectly happy. That's a thought, isn't it?
Drive Time with Mark Denham.
Streaming from Slough on atomradio.co.uk, on TuneIn, on iTunes Radio and your smart speaker. This police chief then, Xavier Chin, who's 20, abandoned his vehicle after the crash and then began to run from the police officers. Nothing unusual in that so far, is there? Other than video caught on mobile phone shows the sight as the 20-year-old jogged through a field with no clothes on. So he's driving his car absolutely naked. He's crashed his car into a fence before then running away. Now, obviously, the picture I'm looking at is blurred in the necessary area, but he literally, from what I can see, has no clothes on, no shoes, nothing. And this has happened in Florida. So, yeah, if you are ever involved in a police chase in Florida, it's best perhaps that you keep your clothes on. Maybe. Otherwise, people are going to film you and you need to go viral. He was booked at Seminole County Jail on Monday and his bail was sent at $18,000 following being charged with burglary, hit and run, criminal mischief and resisting arrest.
Mark Denham.
AtomRadio.co.uk.
It's hard to give you something when you're pushing and shoving.
Alison Moyet all cried out on the big drive home. It's 4:07. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Drive Time. We're on atomradio.co.uk, on TuneIn, on iTunes Radio, and on your smart speaker as well. And we're on until 7 o'clock tonight. It's International Women's Day. Hello to all of the ladies who are listening. Enjoy your day. I was just thinking, right, there are many, many days now, aren't there? How do you go about creating one? We should have International Day of the Radio Presenter. Now, how do I go about creating one? And what day shall I pick?
I understood loneliness.
Drive time with Mark Denham.
22 to 5, it is drive time for Friday on atomradio.co.uk. Cheers for sticking us on. You got Mark with you hanging out until 7 o'clock tonight. Earlier on today, I had a phone call, and it was from a lady who didn't want to speak to me. She wanted to speak to somebody called Tim. So I said to her, I'm so sorry, you've got the wrong number. Okay, sorry, she said, and hung up. A minute, maybe a minute and a half later, she rings back again. Can I speak to Tim, please? Oh, I'm so sorry, you've still got the wrong number. So she hangs up after apologising again. And about a minute later, rings back again. Hello, can I speak to Tim? I thought, all right, this time, what do I do? I'm standing there, and I recognised the number. I knew it was going to be her. And she's like, hello, can I speak to Tim? Yes, this is Tim. And off she goes, launching into whatever she was going to tell me. She didn't even ask me to identify myself at all. She was just blabbering away. So whoever you are, if you are Tim, I'm so sorry for intercepting your call. atomradio.co.uk. Forget about Tim and his intercepted phone call. I'm just thinking about this lady, okay? She's rung the same number, my number, 3 times. Twice I've told her it's a wrong number. So she's heard my voice twice. And yet the third time when I just thought, all right, play along and say it's Tim, she carried on and just held the conversation. And she blabbered on for about 30 seconds before I eventually stopped her and told her that I wasn't actually Tim. This time she didn't even apologise. She just hung up. But there you go. And what about the right way round then, eh? Inside out, outside in. But then that's the only one, isn't it? Because the rest, you never say downside up, do you? Or fork and knife. I'm going to eat my chips and fish with some pepper and salt with my fork and knife. You never say it that way, do you? Episode 35 of the podcast is all done. If you subscribe, you will hear episode 36 next week. You'll hear it anyway, but you'll get notified of it if you subscribe. That's the beauty of subscribing. Hope you have a fantastic week. Catch me live if you can, Atom Radio, Monday to Friday, 4 until 7 for drive time. Cheers for checking out the podcast this week, and enjoy the rest of your weekend and your week whenever you're listening.
Atom Radio. Ooh, yeah. Playing the music you want to hear.
Mark Denham.
Atom Radio.